Welcome to the Musar video blog. So here we are a few days before Purim. I would just like to share with you what we said last year around this time and then give you another thought for this year. Last year we spoke about the idea that on Purim we do the mitzvah called Shalach Manos, Mishloach Manot. We send portions to people. And it's a very common practice that people send portions to their friends. So last year I suggested that, hey, let's take advantage of this mitzvah, and instead of just sending to our friends, let's maybe send to someone that we're not so close to. Maybe someone that may even be a little bit of tension. Use it as an opportunity to get outside the box, to get outside our comfort zone. Use it as an opportunity to bond. So we could do that again this year. Send a portion to someone who's not your good buddy in order to break through, maybe there's a barrier there, to create a bond. Okay, that was last year's thought. Keep it in mind for this Purim. This year, I'd just like to share a different thought. It's a widespread custom on Purim that people get dressed up in costumes. Not just the kids, but adults get dressed up in costumes as well. Now, Jewish customs are not just things that are fun. Now, we know it's fun to get dressed up in costumes, but if it's a Jewish custom, then it must have meaning. And in fact, the Sforim, the holy books, talk about what's this idea of getting dressed up, masquerading as something. So I'd just like to share one thought about this that I think is relevant to our Musar practice. When you look at someone and you see in front of you Cinderella, well, you know it's not Cinderella. You know it's just whatever her name is, which is not Cinderella. That's a costume. That's not who she is. And when you look at someone else and you see a fireman, you say, well, he's not a fireman, he's so-and-so, whoever he happens to be. But that's just his costume. That's not who he really is. So there's a message in here. There's a message for all of us that we have an exterior, our external, the way we look, the way we act sometimes, and it's not really who we are. What you see is not what you get. There's actually more to the person than what you see. You see Cinderella, but there's a person behind that costume. And so too, in everyday life, it's the same thing. There might be things in my exterior, but that's not the real me. There's something much deeper, something more elementary to who I am, my core. So if I do something that, let's say, is not the way I want to be, I said something I shouldn't have said, I reacted in a way that I shouldn't react. So let's bear in mind this message of the costumes, that that's not the real me. Right now, I let my animal side get the better of me. But that's not who I really am. And so too with many things, many of the desires that we have, many of the lusts, many of the jealousies, all that kind of stuff, we should start identifying that that's not really who I am. I'm something much deeper, something much holier, something more special. And it's that part of me that I want to connect to. And I'm not going to be fooled by these external activities into thinking that, oh, that's just who I am. No, that's not who I am. I am better than that, and I'm going to connect with that pure, unadulterated goodness that lies within me. Happy Purim. See you next week.